Welcome to week 4. This week we're going to be talking about identity. So that includes race, ethnicity, gender and sexuality, and also class and caste. And this combines two sections in your textbook, chapters 11 and chapters 12. This is a good combination, I think, because all of these concepts of race and gender identity are all culturally constructed, or they're social constructions, which means that there's something we have agreed on as a culture or as a society to believe to be true. Okay, they don't have a biological basis. They don't really exist outside of the culture they're created in. Okay, so things like race and gender are not necessarily made up, but they aren't rooted in biology or Western scientific thought necessarily. Okay, you'll hear people say things like, well, race is just a cultural or social construction. It's not real, it doesn't matter, or it shouldn't matter. Okay, and that's an argument you might hear. You can combat that by saying that, yes, it is socially constructed. There's not a biological basis for race or for gender. But it doesn't mean these things lack social or cultural importance. So you'll see socioeconomic status can be defined or categorized in the same terms as race. And so you'll see actual biological consequences of these social constructions. Okay? So it's important that we do recognize that these things are socially constructed, that there's not a biological basis for race, and that gender is an identity rather than sex, which is your biological identification as male or female. So it's important that we recognize that these things are socially constructed, but it's also important that we don't discount them because of that. Okay, yes, they are socially constructed, but that doesn't mean they lack importance in a society or usefulness, or that there aren't actual tangible consequences due to these social constructions. So keep that in mind for this week as you work through the course material. Keep in mind that these things are socially constructed, but do still have actual tangible consequences. Okay, and also be reading the livinganthropologically.com article about social construction of gender, sexuality, and those sorts of things. It can really help put this idea into context for you and help it make a little bit more sense with some very relevant examples. All right, so with that being said, continue working through this week, and I'll talk to you soon.